man! That was so cool! Hey, we should do it too!
I would rather die.
Whether you love them or you hate them, they were designed to be annoying in one way or another, to us and their fellow characters. Hello everyone, and welcome to my top 5 most annoying anime characters. These characters don't usually get taken seriously by the stories and they are used for comic relief, but here we give them a little extra attention. It's not like they're not entertaining or funny, but they can wear on your patience and leave you annoyed or at the very least exasperated or rolling your eyes at their antics. You might even say this is very similar to my top 5 brilliantly hyperactive anime characters, but those ones were made to be likable by their fellows, and they are. So let's lay down our ground rules for this list. Well, obviously they must be from anime I've already watched, and they have to be annoying. Not only to us, but to the other characters in their respective worlds, who must express as much consistently and must definitely leave us surprised. As such, Mako Makan Shock from Kill la Kill does not fit in here. Other characters must dodge them, hit them, and use them as the butt of their jokes and insults. So Isaac and Miria from Bakano don't qualify because they're crazy, but no one seems annoyed by them, and they're not meant to be laughed at in the sense of this list. More than one character must be creeped out or annoyed by them, unless this is impossible, but less creepy and more annoying. Okay, now that we have our criteria, let's begin.
Alchemy is the most beautiful! I'm not done yet! Alchemy is
Yes, time to be goofing off!
Number 5 is the hyperactive rocker chick Yui from Angel Beats, who almost made it onto my top 5 brilliantly hyperactive anime characters list, but she fits in here very nicely. The reason she is on this list is because for us, she can be shrill and noisy with a substantial amount of brattiness.
She sure is noisy, and we already have issues with her behavior.
The other characters either ignore her attempts at being engaging or wallop her if she gets too invasive or just plain rude. The amount of laughs she can elicit from us is undeniable, but I must say she is the only one on this list who I consider to be annoying more than she is entertaining. I tell a lie. She allows for a lot of fun, and her innocent, naive little girl act, which she proves to be exactly that, is hilarious.
Red is the color of fiery passion, and I am flaming.
Number 4 is Grell Sutcliff from Black Butler. This is less about him being annoying to me at all, cause he is a blast, but more about who he manages to annoy, namely Sebastian, the guy who can keep his cool even in the direst of situations, except when he meets Grell.
I would bear your children if only you'd let me. Please stop that.
The reactions Grell elicits from Sebastian are just so heartfelt that I had to put him on this list. He also manages to get under CL Phantom Hive's skin as well, in a way no other character manages to do. What's more, he is a very forward personality with only one thing on his brain, it seems. He is there mainly for comic relief, but his appeal is in how unshakably confident he is and seemingly oblivious to what he evokes in those around him, who are usually reserved, but his actions and words shake them up in the most entertaining ways possible, consistently leaving him with a lump on his head for his efforts.
Leap through these flames, gather me in your arms, and hold me tight, dearest one.
Excuse me?
Sniff, 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 sniff. Sweet parfum.
Him. Oh dear.
Bringing his sweet parfum to number 3 is the energetic Ichiya from Fairy Tail. Now where do I begin with Ichiya? Maybe it was his introduction. You would be expecting some great guy, but it turns out he has very hard features, a flippant attitude towards the boys, and gives all his loving attention to the ladies who do not want it. Just ask Urza what she thinks.
Everybody needs to calm down this instant.
And she's supposed to be the fearless queen of the fairies. There is nothing fundamentally wrong with him. He is a very considerate, valiant character with a heart of gold, but he manages to get on many people's nerves and inadvertently scare, annoy, or even freak out his fellows, much to our shock and rolling on the floor.
I'm your beloved Ichiya, and you're my honey. Look at me sparkle!
Line up if you want an autograph from the greatest fighter ever, cause I'm not charging for the first 50!
Just barely missing the number 1 spot, at number 2 is the people's champ himself, Hercule from the Dragon Ball series. But by the end of this, I'm sure he'll have convinced you guys that he was number 1.
You ignorant hicks have spent your whole lives playing banjo in the woods, so you don't realize that I, Hercule Satan, am the martial arts champion of the world!
Hercule. I simply can't imagine what could have earned him the penultimate position on this list. Could it be that he is good at martial arts?
His ignorance is painful.
No. Could it be his huge fake ego?
You can kiss my butt!
No. Could it be the cowardice he turns into a trait to steal other people's thunder?
Please don't hurt me! Come on, please! I got a kid! I just want to live! Oh, God! Please, please!
Shut up or I'll rip your head off. But then I'd be doing you a favor, wouldn't I?
Yes, and all the above. The way the people eat it up is hilarious, where it is so obvious that he is fake and not who he says he is. He always manages to convince the world that what is coming out of his mouth is truth. I think he would thrive in Zimbabwe because some of the things people are convinced to do out of faith and the promise of good fortune in our places of worship are also questionable. But let me not judge. All I can say is that you just need the Hercule experience in order to understand.
You're scared, aren't you? Yeah.
Wrong.
I will continue the retelling of my legend.
Number 1 is the Holy Sword Excalibur from the anime Soul Eater. When you hear his name, you think the noble sword which can only be wielded by the most worthy of persons, right? Fools! Once you get to spend a little time with him, you will perish the thought and further associate the name Excalibur with hilarity and much annoyance. In the anime, even the most patient doormat could not put up with him. This even after they were given the glory of being the top dog. He is actually considered the most powerful weapon in the anime, but he is so annoying that people would rather see the world fall to destruction than use his overwhelming and untested power. They won't even use him as a reluctant last resort.
Oh, hi. Did you meet the Holy Sword Excalibur?
His erratic conversation and storytelling is just so confusing, and the way he rubs so many of his fellow characters the wrong way will leave him ingrained as a legend of annoyance in your mind.
Fools! If you don't know, I guess I'll have to tell you. The taller the chef's hat, the greater the chef.
Okay, so what you're trying to tell us then...
Who said that I was a chef?
You will actually give him props and mad respect for managing this in only 4 episodes out of about 50 or so. You surely won't hate the annoyance you acknowledge you love him for. I have no reservations about awarding him the winning title whatsoever.
No autographs!
And those were my top 5 most annoying anime characters. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, like and subscribe. And don't forget to vote on the poll for who your favorite was on this list. Until next time, I am Zakes and take care.